Melody, why aren't you answering the phone? You're not busy anyway. Answer the phone.
You called me? Was it urgent? I had an important meeting at work. What's up?
I left my files at home and I need them at work. I left them on my desk last night after working on my computer, so you'll know where they are. You need to bring it to me right now.
What? I just had that important meeting and I couldn't answer the phone. Of course I'm at work, so there's no way I can go.
A meeting? LOL. What kind of meeting is worth your income? I have more important work than you. With your low income position, they won't notice if you left the company for a bit.
Low income? Isn't that too harsh? It's not as low as you think. I don't think we're that different. It depends on how much I work overtime, but our difference is about $200.
Are you stupid? $200 is a big difference. Just admit the fact. Besides, you know what? I put in more money for living expenses than you do. And I'm the breadwinner of the family, so you should know who you are. I'm better than you, right?
Huh? Is there such a thing as higher or lower position in a married couple? We are a family.
Family? That's fine, but there's still a difference. I'm the head of the family. You're in a lower position than me. Anyway, just go and get me my files. Unlike you, I'm using them for an important afternoon meeting. This is not for fun.
No. I'm not working for fun either. I have a business meeting with a client. You're the one who forgot them, so do something about it yourself.
Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are, Melody?
That's my word. I do all the housework. So if you consider what I do, I'm working more than you in terms of labor. Think about it and don't be bossy.
What are you joking? LOL. Which one of us is the bossy one? Women do the housework, that's obvious. I mean, you won't get paid for housework. Don't quibble just because you make less than me.
It's going to be a big problem if you say like that nowadays, you know? Your brain is that level even though you work. If you're acting like that at work, you're gonna get in trouble.
Who are you talking to? I'm your husband. You want to get divorced by being bossy?
You're the one who'll be in trouble if I divorce you. You can't do anything about the house. You don't even know where things are.
You'd be in trouble too. You're able to make a living because of my earnings. What are you going to do when I'm gone? You'll cry.
Hey, aren't married couples supposed to support each other equally?
I'm putting in enough money to live on.
I'm putting in my own money too. I'm not depending on you.
I put in more than you do, so you're able to live.
Do you know how much more you put in?
I don't care how much. It's true that I put in more.
We're going around in circles and it's making me sick.
Oh, that's good. Then you can leave work early and go home. You should just leave early from the beginning and bring me my files.
You're worried about your own stuff instead of your wife who's not feeling well? What the hell? I didn't marry you to be your housekeeper. This kind of conversation makes me wonder why I married you.
Of course, it's because I was old enough to get married, and you wanted to get married too.
You got married because I wanted to? And how about you?
Well, I was old enough to get married, and I thought maybe marriage would make things easier.
Is that about the housework? Am I a thing? It doesn't sound like I'm a wife. I'm a housekeeper.
I never said that. You're being paranoid. I mean, same to you. You think I'm your convenient wallet, huh?
I never thought of you that way.
Who knows? My colleagues say women are good at acting.
That's so disrespectful to women. You're talking against all the women in the world. There are plenty of women who make more money than men.
But you don't make more money than me.
Your attitude has changed like that lately, huh? Is it because of that coworker? You never said anything about my income before.
No, I was just being too nice to you. My colleague recently got divorced, and his ex-wife, who worked part-time, was spending her entire salary on herself and making ends meet on his salary. And then she gradually stopped doing housework. He advised me not to let that happen to me.
I have a full-time job. I work as much as you do, and I do all the housework.
For now, right? But you never know what will happen in the future. So, we have to clarify who is in the higher position.
Are you serious? I like my job. That's why I keep working. What happens when you say you don't know what's going to happen in the future?
It's a life where you have no respect for me, where you don't do the housework, where you do whatever you want.
Do you think all the wives in the world are like your coworker's ex-wife? I have a full-time job to begin with, and I have no intention of quitting. Why do I have to be compared with her? Don't be rude and assume that all women are like that.
That's how women are.
If you're going to be so old-fashioned, then show me you make more money than I do so that you can make a difference in position.
You're an idiot. You're too old-fashioned to think that way.
That's a complete double standard. Don't be so easy.
What's so easy about it? I'm working so hard.
All you do is work.
You have no idea how hard it is.
I'm working too. If you take your job seriously, you wouldn't forget things. How sloppy. You're half-assed and sloppy, you know that?
Who's half-assed?
My husband, Thomas, I'm afraid. He doesn't even make as much as a celebrity. He's not even close to me, and he acts like he's a king.
I make more than you.
Yes, $200, LOL. Is that the only way you can protect your identity?
Don't talk nonsense. I'm seriously going to divorce you if you keep being bossy.
You think I'll obey you if you say so? You don't have any guts.
So do you.
If you have time to chat like this, go home and pick up what you forgot.
I'm busy. Why should I go back home?
Because you left them at home?
You bring them. Think about it. Your office is closer to home.
I'm busy too. Going back home, go to your office, and then back to my own office? Too irrational. Are you going to give me money for a cab?
There's no way I can be that wasteful.
You're now being stingy. Then I can't. I have work too.
You are stingy. You're more stingy with your love than I am with the money, aren't you? This was your chance to be a good wife. That's enough. If the meeting doesn't go well, it's your fault. You won't support your husband. Poor me.
How can you say that? No, it's clearly your fault.
We'll talk about this when I get back. Be prepared.
If you do anything mean, I'll call my dad and brother.
That's not fair.
That's my word. You tried to use me for your own reasons. Why do you have to be mad at me?
I don't give a shit about you anymore.
Blah, blah. Do what you want. Good luck at the meeting. Thomas, what's for dinner tonight? Will you cook? Oh, and do the laundry too.
Huh? What's wrong with you? Why should I, who earn more money than you, do the housework? It's your job.
Sorry, I got promoted.
What? That means you earn more? How much?
Ding dong! $500 more than you do. But it'll be more if you include overtime.
You're kidding. I can't believe you got promoted. How did you cheat?
Idiot! I didn't cheat. You know it's my real ability. Unlike you, I've been working hard every day. Well, I make more money than you do, so you'll do all the housework from now on, right?
What are you talking about? It's just $500.
Oh, who was complaining the other day about the $200 difference in salary?
A man do the housework? I'm busy at work too.
Don't make me say it again. I'm busy too. I work the same hours as you do. And yet, I make more money than you do. So according to what you've been saying, you should be the one doing the housework, right?
That can't be. How can your salary go up that suddenly?
I've been working and studying for my qualification. While you were being lazy at home, I was studying hard.
You kept it a secret? I didn't even know.
I'm sure you didn't notice. You were just giving me orders, drinking alcohol, and watching TV. You didn't even look at me, did you? You didn't care what I did. You didn't care about the housekeeper who cooked your meals, cleaned your house, and did your laundry.
That's misunderstanding. I didn't say anything like that.
That's what you mean. So from now on, we're reversing positions.
Doing the housework is not my job. I can't cook. Are you going to eat burnt meat?
I'm not going to eat that. Why don't you take a cooking class?
I can't. I'm too busy at work. I don't have time for that.
You and we work the same hours. I was able to do it, so there's no way you can't.
I said I can't do it.
Then we're getting divorced.
What?
I've been thinking about it for a while. You mentioned it the other day too, right? I'm good with it too, so let's get divorced.
No, I didn't really mean it.
You were not really thinking about getting divorced, but the word divorce came up. See, I told you, you used the word divorce to get me to listen to you. How awful.
That was because you wouldn't listen to me, so I had no choice.
That means you wanted me to obey you, right? How is that even possible for a couple?
You could have just been nice and listened to me. Anyway, I'm not getting divorced.
Okay then, I'll have a lawyer. I still have your messages saying you will divorce me.
That's not fair.
You should really think about who is not fair. You just act like a big jerk and don't even do the housework, and all you do is make morally harassing comments. Aren't you the one who's not fair?
So you want me to help out a little with the housework?
I'm sorry, what? Did you say you'll help? Who do you think chores are for? It's for our lives, right? Help is wrong. We're supposed to share completely.
But housework is a woman's job.
How persistent. Are you going to pay me for doing the housework?
Why should I do that? Where in the world are there housewives like that?
Every housewife in the world does housework for her family, even if she doesn't get paid for it. Even though they work full-time or part-time or complete housewife. But the husband supports the wife.
That's why I'm working and earning money.
I told you I make more money than you.
I'm putting in a little more money for living expenses. You're so picky.
Don't you get it yet? We both work. You say you put more money into our living expenses, but after all, if we go out to eat, I pay for it. So it doesn't mean that you're paying more. We pay for each other's living expenses for the sake of our own lives, not for yourself.
So what?
So that means I get no support from you. This is just an exploitation of love, right? You push me to do everything. I wanted your feelings, not money. I wanted a support with your thoughts. I've totally lost feelings for you in the last few months, and I'm tired of doing all the housework.
Don't just give up.
I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You need to talk to a lawyer about the divorce. And please, talk about the division of property and so on. I'm going to stay at my sister's for the time being with my necessary things.
Wait a minute! Don't decide on your own. My opinion is...
That's enough. Me. It's always about you. I want to get divorced. That's all. If you want to talk about you, go and talk to a lawyer. Well, if he would listen to you.
Wait a minute, Melody. It's all because of my colleague. I was measuring your love. Sorry.
Now you're blaming others. Not your fault. Last time, it was my fault because I didn't deliver something you forgot, right? It's always someone else's fault. I don't want to spend my life with someone like that.
I'm sorry I blamed you. That's not what I meant. Hey, I was in such a hurry that I lost my mind. I beg you, please reconsider.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. You're just saying sorry to protect your poor self. Ew. I just want to get divorced and feel refreshed. Goodbye.
Wait, Melody, don't be so stubborn. If we get divorced, I'll be all alone. I won't be able to eat your food. Without you, I don't know where everything is. Oh, I'll help you. No, I'll do the housework. I got an idea. At least stay with me and teach me until I can live on my own, okay? Show me how, please. Hey, Melody, say something.
Thomas contacted me several times after that, but I did not reply to any of his messages. And after a month with a lawyer in between, the divorce was finalized. The divorce did not go smoothly, and he was as whiny as a child. At the end, our parents had to convince him. Now that we are divorced, I'm able to get more salary and I'm working positively to improve myself more. Has my standard of living gone down? No, not at all. On the contrary, it is much more relaxed. I realized this after the divorce, but he said he was paying more for living expenses than I was. But in reality, I think I was bearing more of the burden. Well, we were able to adjust it by dividing the property, so I have no complaints. Unlike me, who has become physically and mentally healthy, Thomas is unable to do housework, and I heard that he returned to his parents' home because he had a trouble with his work and his salary had dropped.
Hey, Sue, can I ask you something?
What is it, Rose?
Are you taking out the garbage? The other day, when I went over there, you had the garbage piled up, didn't you? You left 2 bags on the balcony. It's really filthy.
Yes, I threw them out already. The last time you came over, I had a headache the day before, so I was in bed. I couldn't take out the garbage, so I left it on the balcony.
Leaving flammable trash on the balcony is unacceptable, even if you keep it outside. Don't lie in bed just because you have a headache. At least take out the garbage. You're not a child anymore.
Sorry.
I shudder to think of Ryan living in such an unsanitary place.
Don't worry, I'm all better now.
Besides,
Yes?
I had a little peek into your bedroom.
You did?
You threw the laundry in there after washing them, didn't you? I saw it. You're so sloppy. I was horrified to think that Ryan is sleeping in there.
It's the same reason. Since I was lying on my bed the day before, I just took it in and left it there for the time being. Ryan said I could rest until my headache gets better, so I took him up on his offer.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Sorry?
You have to think like a normal person. How can it be okay to have a pile of laundry left in the bedroom? If he really said that, he was just trying to be nice. You're his wife, and you don't even realize that much?
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry? Don't say you're sorry. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to him. I'm sure his shirt is all crumpled up.
I did apologize to him. I ironed it and got it all cleaned.
You got it cleaned? We all wear clothes every day, don't we? You should take good care of them, especially the ones you used to go to work. When Ryan was home, I was very thorough. You must be sloppy.
I don't think so. I just happened to have a bad headache and I had to lie down.
You don't have to make an excuse.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, do your duty as a wife. Okay?
Okay.
Sue, you haven't arrived home yet?
Sorry, it took a while to get in and out of the parking lot. I just arrived at the store.
Huh? Are you still there? Why are you such a goof?
Sorry.
The brand new bag I ordered has finally arrived at the store. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Don't you think I should get it as soon as possible?
No, it's not like that. I don't get to come into town very often, so it's hard for me to move smoothly.
You're a useless wife, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I just received the package and I'm on my way to you as soon as I can.
I asked you to come because you have a car. This would have been faster if I'd gone myself.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry I'm no help.
If you have time to apologize, bring it to me quickly. You're not such a goofball at home, are you?
What?
Do you always make Ryan wait for you?
No, I don't think so. I have all the chores done by the time he comes home, and I have the food ready to eat by then. He says he's happy to eat freshly prepared food.
That is your job, isn't it?
What?
That's a wife's duty. I'm just asking if you're doing what's expected of you. You said you're making him happy. You're his wife. You're not a hostess, okay? I'm telling you to do your job as a wife.
Okay.
You're so vague. I think it's getting on my nerves. There's a part of me that can't trust you with Ryan.
I'm sorry.
That I'm sorry annoys me too.
What?
You think you can just apologize and everything will be okay?
No, I'm apologizing because I think what you said is right. If that's what's upsetting you, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're saying it and it annoys me a lot.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Just deliver the bag as soon as possible. I shouldn't have asked you.
Okay. I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
Hello, Sue. I hope you've been well.
Yes, Ryan and I are both doing well. How are you doing?
Well, I've been thinking a lot.
About what?
You're really a useless wife, aren't you?
Excuse me?
You skip chores when you're sick. And when I ask you for a favor, you're slow. I don't think you're entitled to be Ryan's wife anymore.
How could you? That may be true from your point of view, but I'm doing the best I can for Ryan. And he appreciates me.
That's not good enough.
What do you mean?
He's a sweet young man, so I thought maybe he couldn't say anything to you.
What? I don't think so. He's not the kind of person who would lie.
What? Are you saying I'm lying?
I didn't mean to.
Then what is it? You can't even be a housewife. You're too amateur to talk to me like that. I'm sorry. I've been thinking a lot about you being like that. Okay. I decided to move in with you to make you more aware of your responsibilities as a wife. What? Live with who? Of course, with you guys. What? You can't just decide something like that. Does Ryan know about this? I haven't told him anything yet. But he never complains about anything I say. You're the only one who complains. I'm not complaining. You can't just decide what to do. Our house is small and we can't afford to have you. It doesn't matter, does it? What? We don't even have a room for you. Why don't you guys just vacate the bedroom? Can't you even do that? Wait a minute. Then where should we sleep? Why don't you put the futon in the living room? Oh my. Why all of a sudden? I told you, didn't I? To teach you how to be a wife. I'll teach you well. But I can't decide on my own if we're going to live together. I'll discuss it with Ryan tonight and get back to you. Get back to me? No need to do that. What? Why? If I say we live together, we live together. You have no authority to give me an order. Since you're married, what I say is absolute. Wait a minute. Then what are you going to do with your house? Well, I'm going to sell it. Selling? It's a very important house your husband left for you, isn't it? Then we can't just decide over text. We should discuss it with Ryan. I've already talked to the real estate agent. What? You can't just... Anyway, I'll talk to Ryan first. Please wait until then. No way. Excuse me? The day I'm going to give up the house is coming. What? When is it? In a week. So, I'll move there in a week. So you better make a room for me by then. I can't do that on such short notice. I can't say yes this time. Well, you don't have a choice. It's a 100% decision to move in together. All you have to do is shut up and do as I say. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll be there in a week. Make sure you clean up the house properly. Got it? I don't know what to say. I'll talk to Ryan. You're really stubborn. Hey, I just arrived at your house. Why is it locked? I thought I told you that I'm moving in today. What are you thinking? Sue, what are you doing? How long are you going to keep me waiting at the door? Excuse me? Who said you could move in? I never said you could move in with us. You're just making your own decisions and acting on your own. Neither I nor Ryan agreed to it. What? What's with that tone? I've already sold my house and sent my belongings here. I don't know anything about that. How dare you talk to me like that? Now I'm really angry. I'm angry at you for making all these decisions, wasting people's time, and being so self-centered. What? If you think I'm going to be quiet and do what you say, you're mistaken. What? What is this about educating me as a wife? I don't need you to educate me. I can be a good wife to Ryan. My mother taught me a lot to be a good wife. But that's why I came here, isn't it? Who asked you to teach me to be a good wife? Who said you could live here with us? You're doing all this on your own. Well, Sue... Up until now, I've done everything according to you, trying not to cause any troubles. but I've reached the end of my patience. Why should I have to live with you? And for an extremely unreasonable reason. I haven't been this angry in a long time. What? I may look like this, but I have a limit. I wanted to have a good relationship with you. I've been trying to keep my true feelings to myself, but I've reached my limit. I can't forgive your selfishness. Sue, what are you saying? Ryan has been tormented by your self-centeredness for a long time. You won't listen to anything he has to say. He said that if he didn't do as you said, you would get very angry with him. He wanted to leave home as soon as possible. He said that? When he got married to me and left your house, he said he was really happy. Don't you feel anything for making him feel that way? We are really fed up with you. Well, what do you mean? Ryan and I talked it over and moved out. You did? You moved out? Yes, that's why the house is vacant now. Wait a minute. I sold my house to move in with you. I don't care. It's none of our business. You decided and did it on your own, didn't you? It has nothing to do with us. How on earth could you do such an important thing without a single word of consultation? That's... Ryan checked out everything. What? It seems you have been spending a lot of money for a long time. I thought it was strange that you could afford expensive bags when you're supposed to be living on a pension. That's not it. A friend recommended to me and I couldn't say no. Don't blame mothers. Well, there's more than one brand bag, isn't there? I saw several in your closet. It was strange, but I thought it was none of my business. But I heard that you have not gotten rid of your spending habits, and now you are even in debt. How did you know? I told you that Ryan looked into it. When he heard that you sold the house, he realized that you couldn't pay your debts, so you sold the house. And he was right. You found out? Well, that's what happened. I couldn't make living just by pension alone. I've been paying them back from my savings, but I'm running out of money. No doubt. You sold the house to pay off the debt. You were going to sell the house, pay off the debt, and move in with us, and live without a rent, weren't you? That's not true. Yes, it was. That was your plan. Otherwise, there would be no merit in selling the house and moving into that small house. You were trying to take advantage of us to live without spending any money, weren't you? You're unbelievable. You don't have to say it like that. You have said many things to me up until now. I'm sorry. We don't want to be taken advantage by you. We decided to move out in a hurry. Moving... It was Ryan's idea. Really? Yes. He said he's had enough of being pushed around by you. That's how trapped he has been for a long time. He said that? How does it feel to be abandoned by your own son? It's sad. Very sad. He has suffered through many times more sadness than that, because of the way you kept bossing him around. He didn't know what you might do to him if he went against. He had no choice but to live his life according to your orders. Ryan, I apologize. I think it's too late. Why? Because we've already moved. Tell me where it is. I'll have my stuff moved there. What are you talking about? What? Ryan says he doesn't want to live with you pushing him around. Yes, I know. So I'm going to apologize for what I've done, and I'm going to fix it. Ryan and I have no intention of living with you. What? We have no intention of telling you where we live either. So that means... What am I supposed to do? We don't care. I told you to wait while I talked it over with Ryan. And yet, you went ahead with things on your own and barged into the house. Why don't you just continue to live like that, but on your own? What are you saying? I sold my house, remember? I have nowhere to live. That's also the result of your selfishness, so it can't be helped, can it? Please find a place to live by yourself. Wait, I don't even have any money. The money from the sale of my house went to pay off my debts. I'm broke. I'm so stunned. You were going to move in with us while you were penniless? Because I have no choice. I'm in more debt than ever. That's your own fault, isn't it? We had nothing to do with it. And yet you treated me like I was a useless wife and forced me to live with you. And you thought you could live with us for free? That's... You're disgraceful. Ryan feels the same way. We talked about it. From now on, we are going to break off the relationship with you. Break off the relationship? I have only my son since my husband passed away, you know. If my son gives up on me, I'll be alone. But that's what he wants. He's been through so much that he wants to break up with you. It's your own fault that things turned out this way without a doubt. How you will live your life from now on is totally up to you. We won't get involved anymore. Don't say that. I'll apologize as much as I can. I'm sorry and I'll fix what's wrong. So please move in with me. No. I've already decided with Ryan. If you had realized it earlier, none of this would have happened. It's all too late now. Sue, you're Ryan's wife. Could you convince him? Please? Don't be so naive. What? I told you we discussed it and decided. So my feelings are the same as his. Who would live together with someone like you? Don't be ridiculous. Sue, have you changed? This is my original self. While I was with kind and gentle Ryan, I became more cheerful. I haven't snapped like this in a long time, because I really thought I couldn't forgive you. Did you really hate living together so much? It wasn't just about living together, but about the fact that you were making him suffer so much. What does it tell you that your own son wants to break off the relationship with you? I can't forgive you for making Ryan feel this way. Oh, well... Anyway, we've already moved out. Please leave there. If you wait there, we're not coming back. I have nowhere else to go. You'll have to find your own place. Ask your relatives. Find a motel. Ask your friends. There are so many ways. No! And you have to live on your own from now on. I think you should find a job as soon as possible. A job? At my age, do I have to work? Because you are penniless, aren't you? How are you going to live? No one will help you, okay? Are you really not going to help me? Are you going to abandon me? I'm sorry, but as it stands, that's what I plan to do. So please find a job so that you can be independent. Then, we will never see each other again. I hope you'll do your best to live your life. Sue, wait for me. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I'm sorry, so please move in with me. Don't be naive. After that, Rose called Ryan several times, but he ignored them all. I guess he didn't want to talk to her anymore. I felt better because I had told her what I had been holding in my heart for a long time. If only I had revealed my true nature to her earlier. I wonder if this would not have happened. But what has happened has happened. She asked her relatives to send her stuff back there, and she did so in tears. When I told them how it happened, they were appalled. For the time being, they are letting her stay at their home. I heard that she has been forced to work part-time to save up money and get out of the house as soon as possible. Well, maybe it's good for her that she doesn't have time to waste money. Ryan and I have gotten used to living in a new house, and we are having a gentle and peaceful time together.